of flesh away from the sitting bones. Then, wherever you are, bring the stick across your top thighs and lengthen the spine away from the dowel. So press down gently, open the shoulders, and lift the chest. Relax the facial muscles. Feel how, when the legs move away from the abdomen, there's freedom in the top of the chest to breathe. Sometimes if we're in Shavasana and we put a bolster across the thighs, there's the same effect. More efficiently, we can breathe more efficiently. And then you can close your eyes and we'll let the stick there on the legs. If it rolls in or down, don't worry. Open the chest, bring the hands together in front of you. Elbows down, shoulders down, flatten the shoulder blades in. Open the chest some more. And then take a deeper inhalation than before. And let's all chant. One more time. Lift the chest and bow your head. Drop the hands again back on top of the towel and gently press down as you lift the chest away from it. The head is still facing down. And then with the next inhalation, lift the chest, the chin, and open your eyes. Okay, so we will start. Hi, Lucy and Ruth. We will need a dowel today, so take a broomstick or something that you can use as a stick, an umbrella or something like that, that can be useful for us to do a couple of poses today. We will start in Tadasana with the stick in front of us, and the two legs will be with the width of my hips apart. So what I want is for us to have, if you don't have two empty tips, what we're going to have is the hands here. Then remember, hi Lucy H, we will use a broomstick or a dowel today. So hold the stick either from the top or from the sides, and then press down with the two hands. This is going to be our Tadasana. The stick is between the two big toes, and then I am lengthening the tailbone down, lifting the chest up, and you can put one hand on top of the other, or the two hands on top of the end of the stick. Press it down as if you had to bury it down on the ground, like you know the parasols on the beach that take forever to bury in the sand. So lengthen the tailbone down, move the thighs away from the stick, press the heels strongly, and align the back of your body to an imaginary wall. So lengthen from the neck all the way down to the heels, and lengthen across shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow. Broaden across the kidney region as well. If you have one hand on top of the other, then change which hand is on top. Press down with your arms. You really need to make an effort with your arms to coil the armpit chest and stand still. Tadasana. Now, what will happen if we continue with this Tadasana, but the whole same amount of effort on the legs, on the back, but lift the stick off the ground, even if it is 1 inch. So you're almost tipping backwards. That's the whole idea. The legs are really working, and you want to lift the stick, but continue with that effort you've been doing so far. So the chest lifts as the body weight moves back. So it's almost about to tip backwards. And then come back to center and release. So we will do Urdhva with the stick really high up. Let me just tilt the camera a little so you can see my arms as well. Whoops. Open the arms as wide as you need to open them to bring the stick up and push out, almost as if you wanted to separate the stick in the middle. So, for example, Sandy has got an extending one. So imagine that you have to open it out, lengthen the tailbone down, bring the thighs back. So the tendency will be for us to do that action, come back to that imaginary wall, open across the arms, and turn the upper arms from the inside out. Turn the upper arms from the inside out. Heels pressing, thighs back, waist back. Turn the upper arm, and then change the way you're holding the stick. So the palms facing the ceiling. The upper arms are already rotating, and lift it up again. Open the elbows and roll the shoulders down, and see if you can bring, apart from the body weight and the thighs and the waist, can you bring your hands a little further back? Lift the chest, lengthen the back of the neck, thighs back, and then come up. Right, one last one of these, and we'll have to take off the witch hat. What we want is the stick behind the back alongside my spine. So with one hand, I'm going to hold, I'll come closer. One hand I'm going to hold against the sacrum and one hand against the head. Then we'll change hands. And you want to bring, can you see, bring the waist back, buttocks down. So see if you can take your legs together, unless you have a bad back today, and feel that stick along the back, along the spine. Now press strongly with the two hands into your body, one on the sacrum, one on the head, and reduce the curvatures. The waist back, the neck back, roll the two shoulders down, and open the two elbows out. So the upper arms are still, opening and turning from the inside out. Now keep holding the stick from the back and change the position of your hands. Again, move the spine into the stick. Lengthen the neck. Open the arms. So from the elbows, from the upper arms, and then lock the knees. Bring the knees back. And then release. Okay. Prasarita Padottanasana, we will have the stick in front of us in the middle, and the legs wide as we can possibly bring them, and we will do a little twist. So the stick will be across my back. We'll start mobilizing the spine here. The bottom hand, which is going to be my left hand, will go to the floor. So I will slide. First I get into the position and then I'll stretch, yeah? Make sure your stick, the bottom of your stick is on the ground. So the left hand will go down, the right hand will catch the stick from wherever I can, and I will bring the stick across my thoracic spine. So underneath my shoulder blades. Let me show you from the back. So I've got my two legs wide, My left hand is down and my right hand is on top of the stick, and I'm trying to push my two shoulder blades to the right. Okay? Prasarita Padottanasana, the stick is behind my back, that's it. And the two shoulders have to be over that stick, yes? So, but see if you can slot the bottom shoulder as well under the stick. Yes, that's it. Now press down strongly with the bottom hand and push forward strongly with the top hand. So the two sides of the chest are really lifting. And then lift the inner legs. Open and lift the inner legs. Lovely. Press the outer edge of the left foot. Grip the outer right hip in. And turn your head and look up at the ceiling if you can, or stay facing the right wall. Inhale. Bring yourselves back up. One more time. Place the broomstick right in the middle. Readjust your legs. Lift from the inner arches to the inner heels. From the inner arches to the inner groins, and from the outer hips to the outer ankles. Then again, we'll go down and adjust after. Go down with your right hand, catch the towel with your other hand, and this is a bit of a popping, but once you are there, slot the towel behind the two shoulder blades and push down with your right hand and push forwards with your left. So the left hand, the one that's holding the stick, goes on the very top end, and I am pushing it forward. The idea is that both shoulders are opening, both shoulder blades are being pushed, and I am aligning my body to the wall on the left this time. Pull up the knees, work on the legs, lift the abdomen, turn and turn and turn, and then inhale and come back. So continuing with this, work on the legs, which are very wide. I will come into Parshvottanasana. The stick will remain behind me, behind my lower back. If you can reach, you will have your elbows hooked or just the hands. It depends. Elbows slightly bent at the back, and don't try to open them out. That will roll the shoulders forward. So now, from here, turn the toes of the left foot in slightly and bend and turn the whole of the right leg. We will go to the right, bending the other side here, to the right, bending the right leg to a right angle. Bending the right leg to a right angle. Now, what I want is to really press on my right elbow against the stick so I can use that elbow on top of my knee, and that stick is giving me that opening of the chest, that opening of and broadening of the kidney region. Lengthen the tailbone to the back of the left heel and open the chest. Push your right elbow into the stick and turn your body to the left. Turn your body to face the ceiling. Now, those of us who can, stretching your right arm so that the forearm is alongside the shin inside. So alongside, if you can, turn, extend that arm. Keep pressing strongly on the outer left foot. Inhale, come back up, carry on coming up with an inhalation, and then simply turn the left foot in, readjust that stick so you can press with your arms, forearms, or hands into your body, lengthen the tailbone down, bend and turn the other leg. Two hips are facing the front at the moment. So I will extend the right leg strongly to the floor, and then bend the left leg, bend it to a right angle, then slide your forearm into the dowel so you can actually press the elbow on top of the knee. Lift the inner right groin back to the other tip of the broomstick. And twist your body to the ceiling. Twist your body away from the bent knee leg. Lift your abdomen and pubic bone, open that left groin. Push the left buttock forward. Now, those of us who can you stay in exactly that position with your trunk, but descend a little more so the forearm, left forearm goes along the left shin, in front, not behind as we normally do. We've got to hold the stick. And then inhale and come back to warrior two. Inhale and come back to straighten your legs. Turn the feet to face the front. And then rest there for a moment. We will do Trikonasana now, also using the stick. The stick this time will be just like a flip-flop. If you don't have a broom at the bottom, you will place the big toe between, the stick between the big toe and second toe. That is if you don't have a broom. If you do have something on the bottom, just put it in front of you, 1 inch in front, and that's absolutely fine too. So turn the right foot out, extend the two legs. The legs don't have to be as wide as before, but the two hip bones are going to remain facing the front. Now, I will be catching the stick from the very top, or as high up as I can, and I will push it away, push it away, push it away, push it away, and then lengthen the top arm in the opposite direction. Then we can lift it up. But what I want is a long torso from the hip all the way along the armpit to the broomstick. So push down with your hand, right hand. Also press strongly with your big toe and second toe that's holding the stick. Lengthen the tailbone down and feel that stretch of the body. If this arm is dull, you will not be able to feel the whole extension of that right side. So keep turning to the left, from right to left, extending the left arm and also pushing down with your hands. Come back. And now similar action, but we will hold the stick from the center. So from the middle kind of thing. Hip level. So I've got my right hand at the same level as my hip. This will depend on your own proportion. Go down, and this time around you will be able to go a little lower down. So really steer that stick away from you. Press the right buttock forward and open the right groin. Then lift the top arm up to the ceiling. We're doing triangle pose now, Ruth, but holding it from below. You start with the stick at the same level as your hip. The hand at the same level as your hip. Open and turn to the left. Stretch some more, and then come back up. Well, bring the stick to the front and turn the feet the other way. Bend and turn the whole of the left foot, turn the toes of the right a little. And I will be holding my right foot, the stick with my left big toe and second toe. If that is not possible, put it in front. Already you've got to start turning the torso from left to right, pushing with the left buttock more. Hold from the very top. Extend the arm, extend the two legs, and off you go. First, we're stretching the arms kind of parallel to one another. Push down onto the stick with your left hand, and then extend the top arm to open the chest. Open the chest more. Revolve from left to right. Lock that elbow. Press strongly on the buttock and the groin. Forward. Anchor the right outer foot. Come back up. Walk down with your hand until it is at the same level with your left hip. And this time around, we will be stretching much further. So keep steering from that same point where you have attached the stick and then push it away from you. When you push, descend that armpit, extend the ribs though, extend the ribs more, and then lift the top arm up if you can. Open the chest from left to right. Turn the head. Inhale and come back up. Keep inhaling. Turn the feet to face the front and step your legs to the middle again. All right. We just close the legs so that we can do a little bit of a rest for the hips, but we will do Prasarita Parattanasana now. Paravrita Trikonasana. It's too early in the morning to remember the asana names. Paravrita Trikonasana, we normally put a brick or something behind and we twist against it. But because today we have the stick, we will hold again the stick with more room to the left. So when we twist, we'll put the brick, we'll put the stick inside the big toe and then turn to the other side. So we're not going to place the prop outside as we normally do, because this is going to be a little bit too much. The stick is too thin. It's a lot of pressure across the back, and we don't want to bruise that area because it may well happen. There's a lot of resistance there on the body. So if you go alongside your mat and you take your right foot forward, left leg back, but only same kind of width you had before, but my hips are already facing the front leg. Pull up the knees, and now I am holding the stick, but I am holding it with a discrepancy. Can you see? More of the stick to my left side. There's more stick to the left side. This is the bit that's going to go to the floor. So press the stick against your thoracic spine and turn, pushing the two hands. Turn until you can place the stick inside the right foot, inside the right foot arch. Now push down with the left hand and press into stick with your right hand. Turn the body to the right, extend the right hip away, lift the chest, open across the chest and the shoulder blades, and imagine that you want the skin of the left shoulder blade to come away from the stick. Keep pressing the heel of the left foot on the floor. And now inhale and come back up. Keep inhaling and now turn the feet to the front and swing all the way to the other side. Now we have the left foot in front. The right foot is well turned in. Now we have the stick with more of it to the right side of me. And I am pressing against my thoracic spine. Make sure you have enough yoga mat to put the stick on it. And now start twisting until you reach the inside, the instep of your left foot with your stick. Now turn the upper arm from the inside out and push into your back with the broomstick. So you want to bring the right shoulder blade away from the broomstick and the left shoulder blade towards it. Push forward with your right hand. Left hand. Push down with your right. The right hand is holding the stick in place, and the left hand is pushing so that I can open my back. Then take your left hip back. Extend those two legs. Open the chest. Chest to the chin. Head back. Well done. Right. And then come back to center. Turn the feet to face the front and step the two legs together again. Right. Last of all these standing poses, we are going to hold the stick behind the back and we'll go to Uttanasana. If you are very stiff in the hamstrings, instead of holding the stick behind you, you can hold it like that and go down. And that will help you concave the back. But if you can manage, maybe you can take, just like when we did Tadasana, the stick with one hand behind my sacrum and the other hand behind my head, and you go forward trying to keep the spine in contact with the stick at all times, especially the waist and the neck. So you choose whether you want it alongside your spine. We never work this way, or inside in the hamstrings, maybe we can do both. Pull up the knees and bring your buttocks forward. Bring your sitting bones forward. So there's no chance, if you have a stick behind your head, there's no chance you can look up. Keep extending your back, opening the shoulders. Place the sacrum against the stick. Place the back of the waist against the stick. And the back of the neck. So lengthen the base of the skull. Can you come down lower if you can? Can you come down lower? Open the elbows out. Open the elbows out. Now, unless you have a bad back, can you keep the bottom hand where it is? Bring the top hand to where the bottom hand is and swap sides. So again, activate your abdomen, push your buttock bones forward. And align that stick to your spine, especially working on the lumbar spine and the neck. Lift the abdomen, pull up the legs. Great. Okay, and now inhale, look up and come back up. We are now going to sit on it. It will hold our buttocks. How nice will it be to have a perfectly normal butt lift at all times in our life. So we will do Utkatasana, our chair pose, with the stick across the creases of my buttocks. So you can open the legs as wide as your hips, open the legs as wide as your hips, and have the feet parallel. Pull up, so the arms are straight. Pull up, as if you were rolling the pin up your buttock and then sit on it. Sit as if the actual stick was your chair. So take the body back. Take the body back. Tell me if this is too much, do just the tiny version of it. Just the tiny version of it. Those of us who can, carry on going back and down. Back and down. So weight on the buttocks pressing strongly on the stick, open the chest, extend your spine, and last of all, pubic bone to the knees. Pubic bone to the knees. But sit down lower. Notice how much more we can stay in this pose. Roll the thighs a little bit more in Lucy B. Yes. And Val, separate your knees a little bit. There. And then inhale. Look up. Come back up. One more time. If you can, take your legs a little narrower. The thing is, try not to bring the two knees together or the two knees out to the side. Keep the weight on the heels. Roll the pin on top of the sitting bone or underneath the sitting bone, but roll them up. And then start bending your legs, open the shoulders, bend your leg, open the shoulders, pull up with the stick, push down with your buttocks, and extend your body. Extend the trunk. Feel the opening of the chest. Now, last of all, when you're there, lift the pubic bone to your navel so there is no going in the lumbar spine. Pull and push. Inhale and come back up. Well done. Right, let's go down and sit on a brick for Dandasana. If you don't have a brick, you can sit on 2 foam pads. Ideally a brick so that it is a harder surface for later. The broomstick will go behind my back in the middle of the brick. So I have the broomstick in the middle between my butt cheeks, and I am holding from the top with both my hands. I'll take off the hat so that you can see what I'm doing. This is going to be my Dandasana with my arms up. Lift the chest. Push down with your arms and roll the shoulders down. Now again, align the back, especially the lumbar spine, to the stick, and can possibly extend the legs away from you, but we're going to lean back a little, as if you were sunbathing on a deck chair. Lift your chest, push down with your arms. Don't stop working with your arms, otherwise the stick will go away. Lift the chest by pressing down with your arms, and then come back to the center. Notice the amount of work of the thighs. The thighs will want to go down. They need to go down, but the idea, the tendency is for the thighs to lift, to want to get lighter. So work on those heels, work on the back of the thighs. Change so that now the other hand is on top. Press down with your 2 hands. Bury the stick in your yoga mat, and then lean back, but keep the whole spine on top, lie on top of that broomstick. Lift the chest. Extend the legs away from you. Work on those abdomens. Extend the legs, extend the heels. Receive your dog for a cuddle. And then come back up instead of down, Right. So the same thing we're going to do, but with the stick in front of us. So let me just show you from the front. This is a little bit dodgy if you don't have a brick. You do have to have the brick and the stick right in the middle, so your legs are not going to be close together. The stick is so that I can do Paschimottanasana. So a moment ago we were going back in Dandasana. Now I really want to pull from the stick and open the chest and go forward. So my arms are pushing into the brick and my body is coming forward. If you don't have a brick, don't do this one. Repeat the previous one or put the stick across your feet, yeah? So this is the real Halloween one. This is the real Halloween asana where the witches are riding the broomstick. Extend the heels away from you. Take the inner groins down, and now try to align the center of the front of your body to the stick. Push down with your hands. Open the chest to it, extend the heels away, try to bring the thighs down. Open the chest, can you align the breastbone to that stick? Then change the position of your hands and take the other one up. Push down into the brick and up so that your torso is sliding along that brick. Concave your back, roll the shoulders down. Concave your back. And then inhale and come back up. For this one, we don't need the brick anymore. So you can remove the brick. This is going to be something similar to Paripunarvasana. But the legs will be together. And what I want is for us to hold the brick with the two hands. So I'm facing the right first, you face whichever way. I'm holding the brick with the two palms facing forward. So the face are closed, but my arms are facing away from my body. And I want to go back and take the stick as far back as I can and come back to the center. Go back, pushing my left hand to the right and up to the center. You don't want the legs to lift. You want the legs to stay on the floor. So from the Tadasana, push the left hand, extend the right arm and go away. Lift the chest. One more time. Extend and lift up. Extend and come back up. And then come back to the center. So other side. I will change sides so that I can still see you. We start with the feet closed, hands facing the front, extend the leg, roll the thighs. This time you can roll the thighs from the outside in to press the inner groins to the floor. Keep the 2 feet at the same level and then push. Right hand onto the left and come back up. Push. Right hand onto the left arm is stretching back and down. Up again and push. Stretch that arm. Roll the shoulders. Lift the chest. But twist, twist, twist. Come out. Last time. Roll. Sand is getting cramps. Lift the chest and come up. Right. This is going to be like a walk in the park after all these twists. So I'm holding, again, the stick is underneath my knees and I'm holding it with the hands facing the ceiling. We will do both pose from here, yeah? So the first both pose of the morning. Roll the thighs in, keep your feet together and just hover your heels off the ground. Maintain the lift of the chest. Notice how easy it is. Try not to apply so much effort on your arms. You want to still open the chest. You want your arms to be able to work with you the rest of the day. So lengthen the elbows down and lift the chest up. Hold the balance. And then maybe can you lift the shins? Notice how easy it is. The stick is becoming our belt. Open the chest. And then release. So those of us who have a bit more mobility in the hamstrings may want to now have the stick across the feet rather than across the, just like when we do with belts. But because the stick is so rigid, we will not have the chance to bend the legs or to give ourselves more belt. So this is a bit of a trial and error. Notice that this is a balancing pose and you want to maintain the torso straight. You want to maintain the torso straight. So lift your legs as much as you can and roll the thighs in, open the back of the thighs, balance, 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 roll the shoulders down. If you cannot hold the legs straight, go back to that action where the stick is across the knees or across the bulky bit of calf muscles. Hold it for as long as you can, lifting the chest, pulling from your hands and opening and lifting, and then bend the legs and come back down. Right. We will do Jana Shirshasana now to the right. So extend the right leg and place the stick under the left knee. Under the left knee. So the left knee is the one that's bending. So now my stick goes. The use of the stick for Jana Shirshasana is to open the bent leg knee, the ligaments of the bent leg, out of sight, and also create space there. So from here, we will go, stick on the floor, and we will go away from the body with the stick, away from the body with the stick, and with the right hand, maybe I can catch hold of my right foot, or take your hand to the shin, or take your hand to the mat. The idea is to keep concaving the back, opening that bit of marshmallow of behind the knee. Open it out with your stick. You can hold the stick from lower down if you want to, and turn the body to the right. That's Janu Shirshasana. If you can reach the right foot with your right hand, go lower, but always keep the alignment, chest aligned to the right knee, and two sitting bones, pressing strongly. Similarly, roll the outer left knee away from you. Open the groin so that the left groin is coming forward. And then inhale and come back up to the center. Now stretch that left leg away. Place the stick right behind the right knee. And then as you bring the shin towards you, you will be able to push that stick away. That stick is opening. You really need to make that movement, that action a couple of times until you get that stick right underneath the knee. Now the left foot is extending, but the toes are vertical. Turn your body to the left, from right to left. Keep opening the chest, and now extend. You can keep the left hand outside the knee. You can take hold of the outer foot, and now turn and align your body. We'll see if you can align the body more to the left knee. So you want to come away from that stick. Align the chest to the left knee. So you're trying to go down to the right, to the left big toe with your body, but you want to take the stick away from you. Open the two shoulders. Extend away. Align your body to the left knee, and then what you want is to open the right groin. So push the outer right knee. Extend the left leg away, and then come back to the center. Just keep the stick there on top of the lap, and have the legs in Dandasana, and roll the pin, like a rolling pin, roll it on top of the quadriceps, just to massage that area after so much hard work. But it's also a very nice feeling. I don't know if you've ever worked, night. I don't know if you've ever worked with the foam roller, something that they use in physiotherapy. So you are rolling your body on top of the foam roller. This is the much subtler way of rolling it, but it still releases tension in the fascia. The fascia is the connecting tissue between the skin and the muscle. So we've got it all over. Marichyasana 3. So this is what we're going to do. Get that brick again. Sit on that brick. And we'll twist to that leg. But the way we're going to twist is using the stick again. We will put the end of the stick inside in the instep of my left leg, and the other hand is pressing forward. So the stick, if you have a long enough stick, you can even bring it all the way to your thoracic spine. Mine is not that long, so I'm keeping it across the sacrum. But, so one end of the stick is inside my foot, the other end of the stick, I'm holding and I'm pushing forward, and I am hugging my body, my leg with my left hand, my left arm. So elbow is outside the knee, and I am extending the left leg, pushing with my right hand, and turning using my left arm. Lift the chest more. If you can, turn the head and look beyond the right shoulder. Well done. Lift the chest. Imagine you still have the brick across the shoulder blade and lift the skin away from that stick. Really well done. Now go back to center, and I will just swap positions so you can still see you. The stick is across the instep of my long leg, that's the right one now, across my back, and I am holding it from behind with my right arm, left arm, left arm. Now, roll the bent leg knee in. Twist the body more. Create resistance with the inner ankle of your extended leg, the right leg, to hold the stick in place. Now go ahead and hug. Sandy, you can hug. I think, Sandy, you're doing the other version, but never mind, it's okay. You can put the leg, the elbow inside the knee. You're doing Marichasana 1, which is fine as well. You'll still get the twist. Push with that elbow, yes, and resist with that knee. The rest of us, hug that knee with the outer right elbow if you can. Otherwise, wrap the arm around that leg, roll the thigh of the bent knee leg in, and lift the chest. Turn the chest, turn the body. Relax the jaw, see if you can turn the neck and the head beyond the left shoulder. All right, come back to the center, and we'll do Malasana. So, Terry, if you don't want to do Malasana as a deep squat, you can sit on a chair and do it. The twist will be exactly the same. So you put the stick. The rest of us will need a break for the heels. And Terry, you will be sitting on a chair like that, and you will be twisting there. You can even insert the stick between the two inner knees and twist like that. This is again the same thing for anyone who's got knee injuries. Others will come to the brick with the heels only the heels, not the whole of the arch or anything else. And then you will go all the way down to a squat. And the idea is to insert, I don't know if you can see me from the front. The idea is to bring the stick between my two knees and then keep swinging, keep turning, twisting. The skin of my shoulder blade towards which I'm going has to come away from that stick. So if we're twisting to the right, the left shoulder blade wants to go away from the stick. My elbow pushes its way between the legs. Open the chest, and the right shoulder blade wants to go and touch the brick. Keep pressing the heels onto the brick. And then come back up to center. Right. Other side. Bring the stick between the inner knee and turn. Press. So Lucy, B, if this is too much for the knee, you can also use a chair or sit on the stairs and then twist from there, yeah, so that you're not bending the knee so intensely. Press the stick against your back. Roll the thighs in. Now see how much you can bring the left side, the right side of your shoulder blade away from the stick, and the left shoulder blade to the stick. Roll the thighs. Levelize your knees. Lift the chest, turn the head, and look over the left shoulder. Great. Now come back to the center. You can, like that, we're going to do this Chatuspadasana, which is also very, very helpful. Just as it was for chair pose, whilst we were holding the creases of the buttocks with the stick, now we're going to do Chatuspadasana with the stick holding the sacrum. So first you go flat and you make sure that the stick is right across your sacrum. And then you will have to lift your buttocks a little so you can hold the stick with your two hands. The elbows will stay on the ground and the feet are hip width apart. Now, we will lift until we can hold the stick right across the middle buttock. So I am pushing up with my hands and pressing my elbows on the floor, lifting my chest, shoulders on the ground, rolling the thighs in. So that's all we're going to do. If anyone's wrists are hurting or anyone's wrists are not happy with this action or elbows, but check out what's happening to the elbows. If this is too much weight, let go of the stick. Yes? So lift your buttocks with the stick. The palms are facing the ceiling. Open the palms and lift the stick more. Dig it into your bottom. Across the middle of your bottom, closer to the table rather than to the waist. Press strongly on the stick. Roll the thighs in. Push the heels down and come back down. All right. And then last of all, bring the two knees to your chest. Bring the stick behind the knees and pull from the stick. This will also be helpful if you have a knee injury today. Pull the stick towards your chest without making a great amount of effort with your legs. This is basically going to massage the internal organs of the digestive system and also open the tendons and ligaments behind your knee. Lengthen the spine, lengthen, and now you don't have the stick along the spine, but you've got the floor. So align the curvatures of your back to the floor, neck and waist, and pull the legs to you, tailbone and sitting bone in the opposite direction as the crown of your head. Remember not to tilt the chin up. Abdomen releasing down to the mat. Pull from the from the stick, to your chest. And then release. You can have the stick right across the back of the thighs, the creases of your buttocks, and lengthen the legs away. You can also have the stick across your ankles, and that will be a nice massage for the ankles, the back of the ankles. Let the legs roll out. Align yourself to the middle of your mat so that then you can pull from the yoga mat with your two hands and lift the chest away from the table. Soften the abdomen. Soften the abdomen. Soften the hands. We have been working, holding the stick is hard work for your hands. You must remember having rowed or at one point in your life, or brushed so many floors, or even do rock climbing, for those of you who do rock climbing. The hands get super, super tired and tingling after gripping so much. But on the other hand, this action of using the hands in a fist, using the muscles of the phalanges, prevents injuries or prevents arthritis or oils the hinges. Ruth, before you go, I just wanted to say tomorrow 6:45 to 6:55, I'm going to start doing yoga every morning for 10 minutes. So if you want to catch it right before you go to school, yeah? It's free and it's for everybody for the whole duration of the month of November. 6:45 to 6:55, just 10 minutes to, wake up. Terry, yes, we all have to go. Sadly, we've got things to do. Bend your legs. Terry, if you didn't hear that, I will send an email or check on Instagram, yeah? We're going to start a very early 10-minute thing so that we can stretch, even if you're not coming to the Tuesday class. Bye. Those of us who haven't done so already, bend your legs and roll over onto the right side. Lift and sit. Bringing the head up last. Gently sit, bow your head, and thank your body and mind for being so helpful and healthy that we could do this class. And thank the teachers before us who showed us the way so generously. Namaste. Okay, friends, look, Sandy has given me this trick or treat. No tricks, just yoga. I don't know if you could read it or it's the reverse. Have a happy Halloween. Don't eat too much candy. And